Welcome in for a very special little quick episode here, reacting to live news. That's what we're doing right now. SCOTTY here. And this is a SCOTTY rant, okay? This is at the, I've been ranting. I've just been ranting to myself, mostly, and to my poor clients. And then on the linky. I ranted the other day. As soon as the news came out, I immediately said, listen, 3.5% fuel charge, Amazon. What are you doing? Okay. What are we doing? And I'll get to that in 2 seconds. I'll get to that. We are available, always off brand, on the YouTube. I think we're up to 91 subscribers. I mean, humble brag. Hey now. But okay, Amazon, I love them. They've made my career, but I gotta give it to them when they deserve it, and they deserve it. Okay, Danny Silverman, boy, I'm just name dropping here. Scott Wingo said, hey, we need a SCOTTY rant. Let's go. Here you go, Wingo. Here you go, Wingo. That's probably original. Trademark that. Patent pending. Anyway, yeah. So they come out with this 3.5% fuel charge. It's going to go April 17th. I don't know when you're going to hear this. I'm recording this on April 7th, okay, 2026. And I'm like, are you serious right now? We understand there's a big war happening that is the strait, the famous Strait of Hormuz, who nobody heard of probably until now, but it's all about the strait, okay? And yes, there is massive global impacts on fuel, on all kinds of things with energy. Yes, Amazon, yes, okay? You're a gazillion dollar entity. You ship millions and millions of dollars and millions of units every single day. And now you have the chutzpah, you have the coyones, okay, to come out with a 3.5% fuel charge? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I had to check. Was this April 1? Was this an April Fool's Day joke? No. So let me, as I stated on the linky, let me just make sure I understand what's happening here, okay? Danny Silverman on the WER and the weekly e-commerce review set this out, and he laid out the details beautifully, as he always does every week. Let me just make sure I understand what's happening, okay? So because there's this fuel charge, mind you, I have to roll back. I'm sorry. Thank you. Welcome to my rant. It's not like freight charges have been going down. It's not like fuel charges. Yes, we have seasonal fuel charges that go up and down based upon supply and demand. Okay. We all think about our cars. So yes, prices of fuel go up and down. Now, as I live in the state of Washington, okay, our fuel charges are higher. We have taxes, but there's also some things to that. And depends on where you live and where you're listening to this. There's other impacts. There's not only just state and local taxes and municipalities. There's also how many refineries you have in your area. Where do you have to get the oil from? So while the U.S. is fuel independent in many aspects, it doesn't matter because, like, up here, we don't barely have any refineries and we don't have a pipe near us. So we have to go out. So when global things happen, this affects us. Okay. I'm telling you this because freight charges have not gone down. I can't remember the last time they went down, actually. So there's many implications of that. Remember a lot of inputs. You have a labor problem. We had a huge generational truck drivers leaving the entire industry. So that's put strain on labor. You had a massive pump up in e-commerce, right? In 2021, it went up 90%. So that puts unbelievable pressure on the system. UPS, Scott Wingo, Jason Goldberg, they've been talking about this. This is all compounding into this. And now we have a massive global supply of energy that is exaggerating this point. So you mean to tell me, Amazon, that you do $18 trillion a day and you got to put on 3.5% to sellers? Really? Really? Because the fact that I can order whatever I absolutely want and get it here within an hour If I need a phone stand, if I needed a new Magic 8 Ball, I swear to you, I could go on my app and I could get it in here within an hour to 3 hours. But that's my fault. That's the seller's got to pay for that. So because nobody puts a gun to your head, and I told the story on Martin Hubel. God, I am name dropping my ass off right now. Feels good. Feels good. I'll never forget the story when we were selling Perfect Fitness. Shout out all the people at Perfect Fitness. We launched that on Amazon. We were doing great. Anyway, this is a Vendor Central 1P. They buy the product. They own the product. Vendor Central. And the vendor manager comes and says, hey, our freight costs are killing us. This is like 2012, 13, 14. I don't know. This is a long time ago. But he says, hey, we're going to have to increase your freight. I'm like, why? He goes, well, because our prime customers, okay, they demanded to get it free for 2 days. And that's costing us a lot of money. So you're going to have to subsidize our decision, our marketing, our program, which is Prime, which gets you free delivery within 2 days. And you know what I said? Oh, hail to the no. I'm not going to pay for your decision to get me stuff free for 2 days. That's ridiculous. That's your choice, not me. I'm not subsidizing that. What are we talking about? What are you doing? Now, did we acquiesce in other asks of them? Yes, we did. I don't remember the case, but we gave them more points somewhere else. But I'm not going to pay for your choices to get product to you, in 5 minutes. And this is the same thing. It's not the seller's fault that you have devoted your life to getting products to people within 30 seconds of their no attention span. So why should we have to pay that? I'm sorry. That's a quote cost of doing business. You're already hammering us. There was a big, great article again. Danny Silverman had this about the credit card changes, right? Everybody's nuts because they're trying to mitigate the risk and the huge cost of credit card fees. So there's a whole thing on sellers on that. We have to deal with returns like nobody's business. We have unbelievable costs. Now, I'm also going to take the other side. We do it because we love it, because the volume. And you know what? We have the ability to raise some prices if we're on the seller side. On vendor, it's not as easy. So we're all going to do it. Okay, we're going to pay the freaking 3.5%. But as Danny Silverman stated, that basically puts about $2 billion into the coffers of Amazon. Not to mention, which I commented, let's just rewind the tape here quickly. Okay. First of all, in October, they lay off 13,000 people, 12,000, 11,000, whatever. Then in February of 2026, they do another 14,000. So long story short, the estimates is there's like $6 billion in salaries alone. These are all corporate employees. These weren't warehouse seasonal employees. So I got $6 billion off the books there. They even mentioned it actually in their Q1 earnings report that they had to take a write-off. Even the Q4, they mentioned it. So seriously, what are we doing? We got like $8 billion, going to the bottom line. I'm sorry that it costs you more money to deliver me product in the middle of Keokuk somewhere, and now you want me to pay for it? No, that doesn't make sense, and that's just wrong. You're already nickel and diming me every single moment from the seller standpoint. And this is the same for vendor. You get into annual vendor negotiation and it's just absolute torture. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Whose margin suffers? So then, of course, what do we have to do? We have to raise our prices 3.5%. Should we? No, we shouldn't do that. Is that fair to the consumer? Is it going to decrease possible sales and competitive set? Yes. Is it going to race to the bottom the entire infrastructure and ecosystem because Walmart's going to have to change? They're going to have to change this, because we're all basically one big repricing tool. So you know what? Shove it. Eat it, Amazon. Eat the 3.5%. You can afford $2 billion because you know what? The sellers were afraid that we don't have any margin left. And I'm tired of paying for you because you need more GPUs, because you need more training, because you need more compute, because you've got so much demand, you can't build data centers and all your stuff. Fine. I think you're positioned well, by the way, but I'm tired of carrying the luggage. Thank you very much for listening. That has been today's Scotty Rant. That's a shout out to Mr. Wingo, Scott Wingo. That was for you, buddy. I hope everybody has a great day. And I got to go because I got to reprice all our products. Thanks for watching, and we love it. And I'm glad you gave me a shout out on the Linky, because why? Because people matter. And you've been listening to Always Off Brand. We got great episodes coming up tomorrow. We got Elaine Boyd coming. We have an unbelievable special treat coming the week after. The one, the only. Let me add another massive braggadocious name drop. Chris Perry. The Chris Perry Show right here on Always Off Brand, coming to your ears and eyes next week. Until next time, bye-bye.
Hey there, this is Haley from Quickfire, and they want me to read this so you know what this podcast is part of and how to find out more if you want. Always Off Brand is a production of Quickfire LLC and a part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network. For more information, go to quickfirenow.com. Have a good one, and thanks for listening.